Samsung didn't tease the Galaxy S26 Ultra to impress you. It teased it to condition you. Hidden inside those early hints are changes that won't trend on launch day, won't dominate spec charts, and won't even feel dramatic at first. But months later, they could quietly reshape how your phone behaves, what it protects, and what it slowly takes away. And that's the unsettling part. If you like peeling back the layers of tech launches, exposing the silent upgrades, and the compromises nobody headlines, go ahead and like this video, share it with someone who actually keeps their phone for years, and subscribe. This channel exists for people who don't just buy phones. They live with them long enough to notice when something changes under the surface. Here's the thing most coverage is missing. The Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't trying to wow you with obvious innovation. Samsung already knows how to do that. Instead, this phone feels engineered around a different goal: control. Not control as in power, control as in predictability. The new privacy display tech is the clearest signal. On paper, it sounds like a neat trick. In reality, it's Samsung admitting that software-only privacy failed. Screens were never meant to rely on blur and dimming to protect sensitive information in public spaces. And once phones became wallets, IDs, keys, and AI assistants, that failure became a liability. So Samsung went deep. Pixel-level visibility control baked directly into the OLED stack. Not a filter, not a mode. The display itself decides how content is viewed depending on angle, context, and environment. That's not flashy, but it's foundational. It's the kind of change you don't appreciate until you're standing shoulder to shoulder with strangers and suddenly realize no one can see what you're doing anymore. And once you get used to that feeling, going back feels wrong. But here's where the story gets uncomfortable. Hardware-level privacy isn't free. It demands constant coordination between display, chipset, and software. Early signs suggest Samsung may be subtly reshaping how brightness, refresh behavior, and power allocation work on the S26 Ultra. Not enough for reviewers to flag it, just enough to matter after a year or two. This feels like a phone optimized for consistency over time, not peak performance on day one. Which raises a quiet question. Is Samsung expecting you to keep this phone longer than usual? That question starts to make sense when you look at Knox's evolution. Knox has always been about defending the device from attacks. The S26 Ultra expands that defense outward into physical space. Your data isn't just protected from hackers anymore. It's protected from proximity. That matters when phones are handling passports, banking, medical access, and soon, deeply personal AI interactions. Samsung isn't chasing AI hype here. They're building walls around it first. And those walls reveal another hidden shift. Pixel-level context awareness is perfect fuel for on-device AI. The phone knows what's on screen, how it's being viewed, and where you are. Samsung hasn't announced anything dramatic yet, but this hardware feels prepared. Prepared for AI features that adapt visually, selectively hide information, or behave differently depending on surroundings. The S26 Ultra feels less like a finished product and more like a platform waiting to be activated. But preparation comes with a cost. More integration means less flexibility. Displays tied tightly to security systems. Hardware fused to software logic. Repairs become harder. Modifications become riskier. Power users may feel boxed in over time, even as average users feel safer and more comfortable. That's a trade-off Samsung seems willing to make, and that's telling. Another subtle shift is how quiet this launch cycle feels. No wild redesigns. No shocking spec leaps. That calmness isn't accidental. It suggests Samsung believes the smartphone race is no longer about raw hardware wins. It's about trust, longevity, and invisible systems that quietly shape daily behavior. The S26 Ultra doesn't want to impress you. It wants you to rely on it. And reliance is powerful. Once your phone starts deciding who can see your screen, how your data behaves in public, and how information adapts to your environment, the relationship changes. You're not just using a device anymore. You're delegating judgment. That's a big step, and one we're sliding into without much discussion. So here's the real cliffhanger. If this is Samsung laying the groundwork, privacy-first displays, deeper hardware security, AI-ready visual control, what features are being held back until users are fully dependent on these systems? And when those switches flip, will we even notice the moment choice quietly turns into default behavior? That's what I want to hear from you. Because the Galaxy S26 Ultra may not be Samsung's loudest phone, but it might be the one that changes expectations without asking permission.